गैर्हेमेव दुर्वर्णं भविष्यन्ति साधवः निर्वैरादिभिरात्मानं यच्छीलमनुवर्तितुं यत्प्रसादादिदं विश्वं प्रसीदति यदात्मकं स स्वदृग्भा भगवान् यस्य तोष्यते ननन्यादृशा स वै महाभागवतो महात्मा महानुभावो महतां महिष्टः प्रवृद्धभक्त्या ह्यनुभाविताशये निवेश वैकुण्ठमिमं विहास्यति अलम्पटशीलधरो गुणाकरो हृष्टः परर्ध्यां व्यथितो दुःखितेषु अभूतशत्रुर्जगतः शोकहर्ता नैदादिकं तापमिवोडुराजः अन्तर्बहिश्चामलमब्जनेत्रं स्वपूरुषेच्छानुगृहीतरूपं पौत्रस्तव श्रीललनाललामं दृष्टा स्फुरत्कुण्डलमण्डिताननं मैत्रेय उवाच श्रुत्वा भागवतं पौत्रम् अमोदत दितिर्भृशं पुत्रयोश्च वदं कृष्णाद् द्वित्वात् सीन् महामनाः इति श्रीमद्भागवते महापुराणे पारमहंस्यां संहितायां तृतीयस्कन्धे दितिकश्यपसंवादे चतुर्दशोऽध्यायः। श्रीहरये नमः श्रीहरये नमः श्रीहरये नमः। गोपिका जीवनस्मरणं गोविन्द गोविन्द। सद्गुरुनाथ महाराज की जय। राधे राधे।
राधे राधे। सद्गुरुनाथ महाराज की जय. We'll take a small pause chanting and we will start the pravachan. And as I said in the WhatsApp yesterday, from today onwards it's going to be special. It is going to be focused on Dasamaskandam and in very detailed. For 21 நாளைக்கு we will do from Krishna Jananam to Rukmini Kalyanam. So ஒரு நாளைக்கு ஒரு 2-3 chapter எடுத்து கவர் பண்ண போறோம். So we are going to go in details of the and so today is going to be Krishna Jananam by Nishaji. Thank you, Nishaji. Nishaji is gracefully has gone to India. அங்கேருந்துமே பாரத தேசத்துலேருந்து இப்போ நமக்கு சொல்லப்போ ஜனமான இடத்துலேருந்து வந்து she going to do a pravachan for us. Radhe Krishna. Nishaji.
Radhe Radhe. Thank you, Jayji. Hare Rama 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 Hare 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 Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama 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 Hare 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 Krishna 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 Hare Hare Kalaye Sundarakaram Sadaikapriyadarshanam Ajnananashakam Devam Sadgurum Muralidharam Murali Mandit Munijanamohanam Vyatyastapadam Vanamaladharinam Prema Bhakta Mandala Nityakirtitam Shri Premika Varadam Ashrayeham Krishnaya Vasudevaya Devaki Nandanaya Cha Nandagopa Kumaraya Govindaya Namo Namaha Vani Gunanukathane Shravanau Kathayam Hastau cha karmasu manastava padayornaha smrityam shirastava nivasa jagat praname drishtis satam darshanestu bhavattanunam nama sankirtanam yasya sarva papa pranashanam pranamo dukkha shamanaha tam namami harim param Shri Haraye Namaha Shri Haraye Namaha Shri Haraye Namaha गोपिका जीवन स्मरणं गोविंदा गोविंदा सद्गुरुनाथ महाराज की जय. Radhe Radhe. By the benign grace of Guru Maharaj, His Holiness Maharanyam Shri Shri Muralidhar Swami Ji, and our dearest Thakur Ji and Thakurani, we are really truly blessed to be part of this Saptaham and to listen to all the kathas that we've been listening all these days for the last so many weeks, and the Parayanam that we've been doing. And from today, like Jayji said, we are going to start listening to Krishna Katha. Just like in Srimad Bhagavatam is the Grantha for Shravanam, right? So Mahans have said, and Bhagavatam itself says, that simply listening to Srimad Bhagavatam is enough to give us Krishna Prema, to take us to Krishna, to take us to Krishna's feet, to give us moksha, to give us the highest state that we want. Simply listening to Bhagavatam is enough. Bhagavatam speaks about everything. So it speaks about yoga, Raja Yoga, it speaks about Jnana Yoga, Jnana Marga, Sankhya Yoga, everything is there in Srimad Bhagavatam. But after listening to it, do we have to do anything? Yes, we have to do something. We have to listen to more of it. That is the only thing that, that Mahans say we need to do. Muhur muhu, again and again and again, drink the nectar of Srimad Bhagavatam. So what is this proof? What is the proof that we have that simply listening to Bhagavatam can give us Krishna Charana? The very fact, that one person who listened to Srimad Bhagavatam, he is enough. Parikshit Maharaj. For us all, he is only the deity. He is the Bhagavatottama. He is the greatest because his earnestness, his desire to listen to Bhagavatam, to listen to Krishna Katha, and that desire for that Shravanam, that Shraddha in that Shravanam that he had, that only made Shuka Maharishi give the entire Bhagavatam to Parikshit, and that is how we also got it, right? And Parikshit himself is the proof that simply listening to Bhagavatam can take us to Bhagavan, because he listened to everything. He had only 7 days. He listened, so all 7 days he was only listening to Bhagavatam. After that, did he do anything? Did he have even time? Did he have even 1 minute to practice any of the different sadhanas that Shuka Maharishi mentioned mentions in Bhagavatam? He didn't have any time at all. But simply listening to that Bhagavatam took him to Bhagavan. We see that as proof, and that itself is the greatness of Srimad Bhagavatam. Our Guru Maharaj says, right, Kadai kelu, Sada Hari Kadai ni kelu. So he sings Kadai kelu, and then he says, Kadail ketadai karuthinil kondu manadil ninaithu kirtanam paadu. He says, whatever you heard, listen to it, and then you contemplate on it. Keep thinking about it. And then manadil ninaithu kirtanam paadu. And the Kirtanam Padukku Mahans say, what Guruji has said is that Kirtanam Padu is not just singing Kirtanam or singing bhajans on Bhagavan. It is also speaking of Bhagavad Katha, it seems. And Bhagavan himself in 11th canto, when he tells Uddhava and the Bhakti Sopanam, he gives the different steps to Bhakti. In that first one, he says, Shraddha Amrita Kathayam me Shashwad Mad Anukirtanam. So he says, first listen with Shraddha. To what? To this Amrita Katha. Amrita Katha is only Bhagavan's Katha, only can be Amrita Katha, because it is that Katha that takes us to the state of immortality. And there are 2 meanings here. One, that Katha itself takes us to the state of immortality, deathlessness, so it is Amritam. And it is so nectarine and so sweet, it seems that it is Amrita. And Shraddhaya and the Amrita Kadaya நம்ம கேட்டோம்னா அதுக்கப்புறம் என்ன பண்ணு, first step listen அப்படிங்கிறார். Next step what he's saying, Shashwad Mad Anukirtanam. So you tell that again அப்படிங்கிறார். Because when we contemplate on something and then we say it again, then it becomes நல்லா பதியறதுன்னு சொல்வாங்க இல்லையா. So it really sits in our heart. Because we are contemplating on it, because we are saying it. And today we have this bhagyam, and like Jayji said, I'm in India, and it is night time when Krishna was born. It is night time here, and today happens to be Anuradha Nakshatra, which is also Radharani's Nakshatra. So it's a very auspicious, beautiful day to reminisce Krishna Jananam, and it is Bhagavad Kripa only that all of us have this opportunity. So here we are talking about Parikshit, right? So Parikshit's desire was what brought this entire, because Bhagavan, Guruji will say, always there needs to be a prerana. Namakku Mahans, they are so immersed in Bhagavad Gunanubhavam, they are, that nectar is fully inside them. It seems it's all, they are brimming, they are kind of drowned Tala varikum fully they are drowned in that Bhagavad Guna, and they don't need to tell anybody, and it is, they are completely lost in that experience. But when a Shraddhaya or a disciple munnadi okkandu, when he asks the right questions, that time the tap opens, it seems. So when somebody does that prayerana, the tap opens, and then pada 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 pada, the entire Bhagavad Guna pours down from these Mahatmas. And that is, that is the gratitude we need to have for Parikshit, because he sat there. And, we all know Parikshit's story. He was cursed, and as soon as he was cursed that he has only 7 days to live. So the moment he heard that, he didn't start taking care of his worldly affairs. He immediately thought, I need to attain the purpose of my life, which he knew inherently that he had to listen to Krishna Katha, and he knew he had to, he knew he had been saved by Krishna long when he was born. He was saved by Krishna. That time Krishna saved his body, and he knows that Krishna also saved him for a greater purpose of attaining Krishna. And Parikshit is waiting. And he knows this Krishna Katha, he's waiting all his life. He has heard, he knows he was saved by Krishna. And wherever he went, he has heard stories about Krishna. His entire family are Krishna Bhaktas. Everywhere he has heard only about Krishna. But he has heard, a little bit here and there and here and there. Krishna did this, Krishna did that. And how Krishna saved the Pandavas, how Krishna saved him. And, what all Leelas Krishna did here and there, hearsay he has heard. But he has not sat and heard the whole story together. And for him, slowly, that desire was there deep inside for him, that I want to listen to this, Krishna Katha fully, I want to listen. But he never had the time. He was the king, right? He had a lot of duties and everything. So he was, but that desire slowly, it was growing inside him. And now, when this, this fortunate, for him, it was a fortune only, right? So when this fortunate time came, that he knew that he had only 7 days to live, and here Guru Maharaj will say, Parikshit was very lucky because he knew he had 7 days. We all don't even know, whether we are going to go today, tomorrow. We don't know how many days or hours we have. But Parikshit was lucky because if a Mahatma has put a curse that he will die in 7 days, then at least 7 days he's going to live, right? So Parikshit wanted to make full use of those 7 days. So immediately he renounced his kingdom. He went to the banks of the Ganga. So he originally got the curse because he was thirsty, right? He was thirsty, and he could not find water at that time, and he did whatever he did, and he ended up getting the curse. So that thirst was still there in him. He had not quenched it, because after coming back, he felt so upset for having done an apachara to a Mahatma that he did not quench that thirst. And he kept thinking, something, please let me face the consequences of what I've done. That was his prayer to Krishna. So when he heard about this curse, he was so happy, and he rushed to Ganga Tiram. And there, Ganga Mata is there in all her glory, and she's flowing so much water. Still, he didn't quench his thirst. So he's sitting there doing Prayopavesham, just with the prayer, Krishna, show me the way to reach you. Show me the way to listen to your Leelas and finally attain you. He's sitting with that prayer, and all the Mahatmas came, and we know that's when Shuka Maharshi comes there. The Guru comes there, sent by Bhagavan. And here, he's so excited, Parikshit. He's so happy that finally, he knows that Krishna is now happy with me. He is going to show me the way to attain him. That is one thing. But now that desire that he has been having throughout his life about wanting to listen to Krishna Katha, he knows that, okay, it's coming. He is so happy. And, he starts asking Shuka Maharshi all these questions. And Shuka Maharshi also knows what is Parikshit's desire, right? So he knows that, Parikshit really wants to listen to Krishna Katha. But for Krishna Katha, for us to be able to, get that Krishna Katha, our heart should be pure, it seems. And அது அப்பதான் நமக்கு வந்து அது கரெக்டா புரியும், அது கரெக்டா ரசிக்க முடியும். And only then we'll be eligible. We should have chitta shuddhi. So now all this dasamasya vishuddhyartham navanam ivalakshanam அப்படிங்கிறார் இல்லையா? So now Shuka Maharishi starts telling, he doesn't start right away with Krishna Katha. He starts telling all the different stories about creation, about other avatars, about all the different geographies, everything, Sankhya Yoga, this, that, everything he tells. And Parikshit, he's listening. His guru is telling, Romba Shraddhaya, he's listening. And he's waiting. It's going to come, it's going to come, it's going to come. Deep inside, he's waiting. Krishna Katha, Krishna Katha, Krishna Katha, it's going to come, it's going to come. He's waiting. And he's listening to all the stories. And then in the 9th canto, Shukacharya starts to tell. First he tells all the Surya Vamsha stories. Everything from, all the kings of the Surya dynasty, he tells. Then Parikshit is waiting, and then finally he starts lunar dynasty. And now Parikshit is all excited. Okay, Krishna is going to come, Krishna is going to come. And fully from the beginning, Shuka Maharishi starts to tell all the stories of all the kings in the lunar dynasty, right? Including Yadu Maharaja, Krishna's own ancestor, everything he tells. And slowly he's coming down the path. And Parikshit is waiting. This is what he's been waiting for, right? Already 4 days have gone of listening to Bhagavatam. And, Parikshit is not like that. He's not thinking. He knows that, Guru is giving him what is right for him at the right moment. Now he feels this is the right moment for Krishna Katha. I think my Guru is going to tell me and I'm going to listen. He is so happy about it and he's waiting. And then Shuka Maharishi, he tells Vasudeva, he tells about Vasudeva and his lineage. And then finally, what he does, he tells Krishna Katha in just a handful of small shlokas and finishes right there. He starts from Krishna's birth till through his wedding, till that his avatara is completed, and he stops there. Now Parikshit immediately, he suddenly gets so disappointed because this is what he's been waiting for, right? All this time, not only just that time, throughout his life, this is what he's been waiting for. And when Shuka Maharishi caused andor arvam, right, that desire for Krishna, that the desire is only bhakti, it seems, Mahans say, right? That desire. And even in Bhagavatam itself, in the beginning itself, Shuka Maharishi himself has already said that Dharma Svanishtita Pumsan Vishwaksena Kathasayaha Na Utpadayate Yatiratim Shrama Evahi Kevalam. So whatever we do, whatever dharma we do, whatever karma we do, anything we do, the fruit of that is if you get a desire to listen to Krishna Katha. If you don't get a desire to listen to Krishna Katha, then whatever you did is simply shramam, simply a waste. So that already he has put the seed. So அதெல்லாம் கேட்டுதானே வந்திருக்கார். And he innately has that desire also. And now when he was, that desire was building, and then Shuka Maharishi quickly completed Krishna Katha without, elaborating on it, Parikshit is, he's disappointed. And immediately, he tells, but it is a guru, right? He can't, guru kitta vandu or alakshiyama pesa mudiyadu. So he can't say, what Swamin, you did like this. I was waiting for Krishna Katha. Why didn't you tell me? He cannot say like that. So very beautifully, Parikshit starts, and our 10th canto starts here. Katito vamsha vistaro bhavata soma suryayoho Rajnyam cha ubhaya vamshyanam charitam paramadbhutam. So Parikshit says, Guruve, how beautifully you told all these stories. And here, look, Shuka Maharishi told Surya Vamsa first and then Soma Vamsa only order. But here he's saying, Bhavata Soma Suryayo. And the Mahans, they only need one excuse to pick something and then tell 100 reasons why something is said in a particular way in Bhagavatam, right? We hear that when Guru Maharaj tells he'll tell from all, what other Mahans have their bhavas for a particular thing, and he'll include his bhavas also. In this context, recently, Ramuji in one katha, he was telling how it seems once Guru Maharaj asked him, why is Parikshit saying Soma Surya Yoho? And Guruji has already, before he has told all the different reasons and everything. So Ramuji listed everything, whatever Guruji has said before, because it is Krishna Katha, so he has that importance, that arvam for Krishna Katha. So he's saying Soma Surya Yoho first, and everything, all the reasons, and then he had completed everything, and he told Guruji, it seems Avladam Guruji. So there cannot be an Avladam when it comes to bhavam, right? And then Guruji said, it seems there is one more. And then then Guruji himself said, it seems, in Purusha Suktam, you go see, in Purusha Suktam, you go see which comes first, Soma or Surya. And then it seems in Purusha Suktam, Soma comes first. So in the Purusha Suktam, Vachadana, Brahmaji does prerna for Bhagavan to descend as Krishna. We are going to see that. So here, so that is, so Adnalinga Soma Surya Yohan Solraram Parikshit. So, another bhavam. So like this bhavam is infinite for all these Mahatmas. When they everything they see, they will get new meanings out of it. So here, our Parikshit, he says beautifully, Guru, you told Shuka Maharishi, you told so beautifully all these kathas, Paramadbhutam, wonderful stories of all the kings of all these different dynasties. And then he says, but I want to listen to Krishna Katha. Please tell me Krishna Katha. And he's telling, he's listing out all the reasons why, he's showing that arvam. When we show that arvam, that desire, then the Guru is very pleased, right? That is what he's looking for, that desire, that enthusiasm, that is what they are looking for. And here Parikshit is showing that Yadoscha dharmashilasya nitaram muni sattama tatram shenavatidnasya vishnor viryani shamsanaha. And he's showing how, I'm listening very closely to you. He says Yadoscha dharmashilasya. So that, Guru Maharaj beautifully points out Yadu. Actually, if you see in Yadu Maharaj's story, he actually does not listen to his father's words. He's the eldest son. His father wants to exchange youth. He wants to take the youth of Yadu. For it's a long story. I don't want to go into that now. But most of us know about how Yadu refused to give his youth to his father when his father asked. And a son who does not listen to his father is not even considered a son, it seems, in our Shastras. But here Parikshit is saying Yadoscha dharmashilasya. So he's showing about how he understands that what Yadu did was actually dharma only, because he did not want to fulfill his father's want, but he was actually looking at his father's need. Because the need is really his father, any person needs to elevate themselves and go towards Bhagavan and not stop with trying to fulfill the senses, right? Which is what his father was trying to do. And so Yadu refused. So he was actually catering to the dharma and the need of the father by refusing. And Parikshit shows Shuka Maharishi subtly here that, see, I've been listening with so much, Arvatoda, with so much, attention. I understand. I've been reading between the lines. I'm listening. So please tell me Krishna Katha. And tatra amshe avatirnasya. So it seems generally the general interpretation of this is, please tell me all the stories of Krishna and Balarama, who is an amsa of Bhagavan. Mahans say that it seems Krishna was fully Purna Avatara only when he was in Vrindavan, it seems. First 12 years of his life தான் Purna Avataram. அதுக்கப்புறம் அவர் Vrindavan விட்டு வெளில போச்சு அம்சா அவதாரமா தான் போனாராம். Only part of him went out. And that rest of the leelas that he did was all Amsha Avatara. So the Purna Avatara is Vrindavan. So Parikshit here is saying, tell me all the stories of Krishna, please. And then he says, Nivritta Tarshai Rupagiyamanat Bhavauchada Shrotra Manobhiramat उत्तम श्लोक गुणानुवादात् पुमान् विरज्येत विना पशुघ्नात्. He says, why? Because this Krishna Katha is so beautiful. It attracts even the highest jnanis. Shuka Maharishi himself in the first canto itself, he said that Parinisht Topi Nairgunye Ishva. So he says that, because Shuka Maharishi himself is a realized soul, right? He was, as soon as he was born, he went away into the forest and he was just one with everything. And this Krishna Katha only attracted him to come and learn Bhagavatam. So this Krishna Katha, that Barhapitam Shloka only attracted him. This Krishna Katha attracts even the highest jnanis. And then it is also Bhava Aushadam. For people like us, it is the medicine for this samsara. And not only that, Mano Abhiramat. No, it is just simply beautiful. It is simply beautiful to the heart. They'll say sometimes when we go to somebody's house, everybody in their house will be named as Krishna, Nanda Kumar, Nanda Gopal, Yashoda. Their house will be called Vrindavan. So we'll think, oh, they are great Krishna Bhaktas. And sometimes when we ask them, they may even say, no, we are just atheists. We are atheists. We don't believe in God. We don't go to temples. Ana perallam azhaga irukum. Just the name is beautiful, it seems. Just Vrindavan name is beautiful, so everybody will keep. Name Krishna is beautiful. So Mano Abhiramat. Ramatna attractive. Abhiramatna even more extra. That's why in Ramayana also, when Sita Devi gets attracted to the golden deer, Valmiki Maharshi says Abhiramat. So Ramava vittitu ava manasu vandu and the deer mela Abhiramam vandudan. So it is, and the idha eduthu solra inga, Abhirama. So it has great attraction for the mind. What this Krishna Katha. And Parikshit says, Swami, my entire family, they are full of Krishna Bhaktas. Krishna is not just a deity. He is my Kuladevam. He is our family deity. Everybody in my family are Bhagavatas. And not only that, this body, this body has been saved by Krishna himself. When my mother went and fell at Bhagwan's feet, he saved me at that time. He saved my body. And now he wants to save my soul also. He wants to save my soul and take up to him. Adna Vishnu Ratama, one who was protected by Vishnu is Vishnu Ratan. So here, why Parikshit is Vishnu Ratan? He is protected by Vishnu, not only his body, but his Atma is also protected by Vishnu. With this, he is going to attain Bhagavan Sri Krishna. So, and Arvathoda, he is saying that, no, please, and Krishna has saved me so that I can listen to his stories in detail. So please tell me his stories. Please give me that nectar, he's saying. And then he says, I was listening. So on that brief part when Shuka Maharishi tells that Krishna Katha briefly, he tells about how, Rohini's Garbha was Balrama, but actually conceived by Devaki, all that. So here, Parikshit is saying, I've been listening very intently. So you said that Balramji was born to Rohini, but he was conceived by Devaki. How did that happen? And then he says, why did Krishna go to Vrindavan? Why did he, why did he then come to Mathura? Why did he want to kill Kamsa, his own uncle? And what all did he do? All his, wedding and yennala leela panna. So he lists out all this and he says, tell me all of this and tell me everything else that I didn't ask also. Because he wants to make sure he has everything covered. Shuka Maharishi வந்து நீ இதுதான் கேட்ட இது கேட்கல அதனால இதுதான் சொல்வேன் அப்படின்னு சொல்லிடக்கூடாது அப்படின்னு அவர் வந்து he says, tell me everything. Tell me this, that and everything else. அப்படின்னு ஒரு blanketta ஒன்று போட்டுடுறாரு. And he says that. And then finally he says, Naishati dussaha kshunmam tyakto damapi badhate pibantam tvanmukhamboja chutam harikathamritam. So he says, Swami, please, please don't think that I might be hungry or I may be thirsty. No, because I'm drinking this nectar that is coming, that's slipping out of your mouth, slipping. Chutam Harikathamritam. In the Mahangalna, like we saw earlier, they are so full of this Krishna Anubhava that it completely brims them out. It's just inside them fully. And then slowly there, without any effort, and the slow abde slip aguma. And Parikshit says, that thirst that I had only brought me to you. And I don't want to satiate that worldly thirst. But this thirst that I have for Krishna Katha, this, please fulfill with this Amritam that you are giving me. This Amritam, if you stop giving me this Amritam that you have been giving, then I will die. So don't stop this Harikathamritam that you have been feeding me, because that is only the real Amritam, and that is what I'm surviving on, and that is what is going to lead me to immortality, and that is the sweetest, and that is my nourishment. So please, please tell me Krishna Katha. He pleads Shuka Maharshi so beautifully. And then, when a Sishya is asking like this, how can a Mahatma, what can you say? Because Guru Maharaj will say repeatedly how for a speaker, for somebody who's speaking, அவளுக்கு தெய்வம் வந்து ஒரு listener who's listening with so much Shraddha is the தெய்வமா. And opposite, for the listener who's listening with so much Shraddha, and the ஒரு Mahan who is pouring out that Katha is the தெய்வம், of course. But இந்த மாதிரியும் சொல்லுவார். So here, Shuka Maharishi இந்த மாதிரி ஒரு highest Shrota கிடைப்பானா, கிடைக்க மாட்டான். And இந்த மாதிரி அவன் கேட்கிறானா Krishna Kathiya, he's asking for the highest, the sweetest part, and he's asking for the right things in the right way, with the right kind of desire and enthusiasm. அப்படி இருக்கறச்சே, what will Shuka Maharishi not feel? And as a result of that, now next 90 chapters he is going to tell Krishna Katha. திரும்பி அப்படியே கொட்ட போறார் on Parikshit. And here, and இங்க வந்து நடுவுல சூத பௌராணிகர் who is narrating this whole thing, right? அவர் வந்து he interjects there and he says, and he calls Parikshit Bhagavata Pradhanaha. He celebrates Parikshit. ஆஹா, Parikshit இவ்வளோ அழகா கேட்டான் question Shuka Maharishi கிட்ட, and he is the highest of all Bhagavatas அப்படின்னு சொல்லிட்டு, then Shuka Maharishi answers, he says, Samyak Vyavasita Buddhihi Tavarajarshi Sattama Vasudeva Kathayam Te Yajjata Naishtikhi Ratihi. So the purpose of anything is getting that rati for Krishna Katha, and you have got that, Parikshit. I am so happy. Shuka Maharishi is so pleased. And then he says Rajarshi Sattama. இந்த ராஜர்ஷிங்கிறது முன்னாடியே அந்த ஃபர்ஸ்ட் கேண்டோல 7th verseலயே அவர் ராஜர்ஷின்னு சொல்லிட்டாராம். he calls the Parikshit Rajarshi there itself. இதுக்கு வந்து அழகா Ramuji says in his lecture, it seems a guru already sees us as perfect. He already emotes with us in such a way that we are, he sees our end state. நம்ம how we are going to be அப்படின்னு பார்த்து அந்த மாதிரி தான் அவர் நம்மளோட மூவ் பண்றாராம். That is how he sees us, that is how he interacts with us. So here Shuka Maharshi has already seen Parikshit as Rajarshi right in the beginning of Bhagavatam, before he even starts saying anything. And now this is, he has already seen how Parikshit is going to ask for this Krishna Katha like that. And now this is the fruition of what the vision that the Guru saw earlier. And this is what has, and Parikshit has become that, meaning Guru Kripa has made him that. Only Guru Kripa can transform a person. So Guru Kripa has made Parikshit to that state which the Guru already saw him before. And here again he says Rajarshi Sattama. Why? Because you have that desire. Because the desire தான் அந்த இந்த 4 புருஷார்த்தத்துல Dharma, Artha, Kama, Moksha, Ramanujacharya was asked which is the highest Purushartha, and it seems he said Kama. And people were like, Kama? How can Kama be the highest Purushartha? Avar sonnara Govinda Kamam. The desire for Bhagavan, the desire for Bhagavad Katha, that is the highest Purushartha, that is the goal of life, and the desire irundale porum. Adu vande in the Parikshit here, he's showing that desire, and our Shuka Maharshi is so happy. And he now starts this beautiful Krishna Katha. And he says how Bhumi Devi was feeling very oppressed. And because when people are not doing Nama Sankirtana, when they are not following Dharma, only that becomes a burden for Bhumi Devi. It's not it's not in the numbers, but it is in the quality of the people's lives. That is what becomes a burden for Bhumi Devi. And at that point, she was suffering a lot, and so she goes and she surrenders to Brahmaji. And then Brahmaji says, Brahmaji himself has stopped giving boons ever since Narsimhavatara, right? He had the Pattitaranga. Adhikapram avar vandu onnu pannadilla. He says, okay ma, let's all go and have Bhagavad Darshan. Let's go surrender to Bhagavan. So he takes Bhumi Devi along, and everybody sees, and Shivji and all the Devas, everybody, they come along. And then they all go to Kshetrabdi. And there Brahma does this Purusha Suktam, and he prays to Bhagavan. And beautifully Mahatmas have said, it seems Brahma actually goes to Goloka. So he goes to Goloka, and he has in his Samadhi, and he has darshan, Sri Sri Anna Solvar, and he has darshan of Bhagavan in Goloka, and Bhagavan tells about how he is going to do avatara. And everybody in Goloka, Radharani, all the gopis, gopas, Golokame Vrindavana Kidavarpurdu. And everything in Goloka is going to come down on earth. And Brahmaji is given that vision and given that knowledge that this is going, Bhagavan, the special avatara of Bhagavan is going to happen. And he is told to convey it to all the devas, and immediately he comes and he says, I have a wonderful news. Bhagavan is going to take avatara, and Goloka itself is going to be Vrindavana, and all the gopas and gopis and Radharani herself, everybody is going to take avatara in Vrindavana. And Bhagavan is also going to do Leela in Mathura, in Dwaraka. So all of you devas, everybody go and take avatara. Everybody go down. Because, let us all, even Brahma came down. Jambavan was Brahmaji's avataram. Indra, Surya, everybody came down. Everybody came down. And Brahmaji says this is going to be a special avatara for women also. So Surastriya, even the ladies take avatara. Bhagavan is going to be evlo saulabhyama irka porana. You can even techify turmeric on his back. He is going to be evlo saulabhyama irka porana. So everybody come down and Brahmaji pray for bhakti and come down abdingrar. And everybody does that. They all go down. And now the entire scene shifts to Mathura. Now in Mathura, Mathura is the kingdom of the Yadavas. And Shurasena Maharaja was the king. And Shurasena Maharaja's son is Vasudeva Maharaja. Of course, the Yadavas don't have, they are not technically crowned king, right? So we know that. So it is like a group of chieftains, the Bhojakas, the Bhojas, the Andakas, the Vrishnis, Ivala. So Surasena Maharaja, Vrishnis, Kamsala, Bhojas. So they are all there. They are all, ruling together. Ugrasena Maharaja is there. And Ugrasena's son is Kamsa. And here now, Shurasena Maharaja's son Vasudeva and Ugrasena's brother Devaka's daughter Devaki are going to get married. So Kamsa is trying to bring all of them under him. He is very powerful. He's trying to bring everybody under him. So he is trying to build an alliance between the Vrishnis and the Bhojas by bringing this marriage together. So here, it is the day of the wedding of Vasudeva and Devaki. They are such a beautiful, satvikamana couple. They are Bhagavan's parents, right? So, avaloda and or tejas, Vasudeva is the epitome of dharma. As we are going to see, he is going to give away his children knowingly to Kamsa. That he is going to kill, still he is going to give. And, andamari oru sadhu, then Devaki kekavai vanda, she is going to hold Bhagavan in her garbha. That divine couple, they are getting married. And the entire city of Mathura is decorated. It's everybody is celebrating because they all love Devaki. They all love Vasudeva, and they are so happy that Vasudeva and Devaki are getting married. And Devaka Maharaja, for his daughter, he is giving away, so many elephants and horses and whatnot. All these elephants, horses with gold chains and everything described in Bhagavatam. Everything is there. And now they are going to go on a procession. The marriage has just been completed. They are going to go on a procession around the city, which is the custom where the bride and bridegroom go after marriage around the city. And they are ready to leave in the chariot. And there Kamsa comes. And Kamsa immediately, for whatever reason, he has a soft corner for Devaki, his sister. So here he says, let me drive the chariot. He wants to show some good face to his citizens also. And he says, let me drive the chariot, and the charioteer runs away. And Kamsa sits there. And now he's driving the chariot, and Vasudeva and Devaki are there on the chariot. Now everybody is on the streets. They've decorated. They've decorated their homes, and wonderfully they are watching. And they come to this junction, and then after that they are going to turn and they are going to go back to the palace. So right there in that junction, as everybody, the whole city is assembled there, immediately there's an Ashariri. And the Ashariri says, "Hey, fool!" And Kamsa has not done anything that is foolish at all. He is a very, very strong person. And he's a wicked person. He's a tyrant, but he is very, intelligent in that sense. And he is very, he has all these asuras and everybody under his control. He is a very strong person. And Kamsa, and when that Ashari says, "Hey, fool," only Kamsa looks up, seems. Because he knows what he is, right? Inside, idukaprom Abudha Purana. Idukaprom, nothing's going to work for him. And idukaprom, all the decisions he makes, everything he does are all going to be convoluted, confused. So he's going to become Abudahama. And the Ashariri is predicting his future prophecy. So here, everybody is now looking at Kamsa. They all know it meant only Kamsa. And it says that the 8th Garbha of this girl whom you are carrying in your, driving in your chariot, that 8th Garbha is going to be your death. And immediately Kamsa, now he's been anointed as Abudha, right? So immediately, now he could have silently later killed Devaki, or he could have done so many things. But all that didn't strike him. Right there in front of everybody. Now, when that Ashariri came and called Kamsa Abudaha, everybody got scared because they know how a Dushta will react. Immediately, they all went inside and closed their doors, but they are all looking from the window what Kamsa is going to do. Kamsa immediately he pulled out his sword right there in front of everybody in the middle of the street, and he held Devaki's hair and he's about to kill her. Now, the only person who's standing there is Vasudeva. Vasudeva, he's standing there. And he, just with that, he did not know Devaki till a few hours before. Just few hours before they are married, and that bond is now, making him want to protect her. And immediately he tells Kamsa, because people always fall for praise, right? He says, "Oh, great Kamsa, you're such a sweet person." And he tells, "Don't do this, it'll bring down your fame, don't kill her." அவர் வந்து ரொம்ப சாதுவா he tries to convince Kamsa, but Kamsa doesn't fall for all that. But he doesn't kill her either. He's listening, but at the same time, he's not letting her go also. And so Vasudeva tries everything. Sama bheda danda he can't do against Kamsa. He tries to pacify him, he tries to confuse him. All that doesn't work, and finally then Vasudeva thinks to himself, he says, it only said 8th child. Now we don't know whether there are really going to be 8 children, whether that prophecy is true. We have no idea. Right now my wife is in trouble, so I need to protect her. And then he decides, he takes this great step. Vasudeva knows that he is Satyasanda. He is truthful. He is a great sadhu. Adnaldane Bhagavan is going to be born to him. he says, he makes that promise to Kamsa there. He says, every child that is born to us, I will give to you. And that immediately pacifies Kamsa, because he also knows the greatness of Vasudeva. And then he says, okay, and he lets them go. So inga Guru Maharaj Adaga solvar, now, Devaki porakara koyanda dane. So why, if Kamsa had, put each of them in a different cell, or not brought them together at all, koyandaye porandirkade. Bana adallam thonalayam. When something is Bhagavan's wish, Deva Chodhitam, when something is Bhagavan's wish, and the correcta, the yosikave mudiyada, everything will happen only as per Bhagavan's plan. All these thoughts and all will never come. So Kamsa let them go. And then, now Kirti Mantam Pratamajam, the first child was born. And Vasudeva, immediately, Devaki sees her firstborn, and her motherly love is just coming out. And then Vasudeva immediately, he says, no, Devaki, this is not our child, it is Kamsa's property. And he immediately takes this child and he goes to Kamsa. And it's been a few months, right? So Kamsa actually has forgotten. He's completely forgotten. Vasudeva brings this child. Kamsa is like, what? And when he realizes what Vasudeva is actually doing, Kamsa ke or mari melt aayidum. Because here Shuka Maharishi interjects with he says, oh my God, Kimna dussaham nu sadhunam, what will a sadhu not do? He is giving away his firstborn to this dushta, knowing that he is going to kill him. What will a sadhu not do for dharma and satya? And he says, what will a dushta not do? The Kamsa is going to take this child and kill, right? Or innocent child, what will a dushta not do? And the Mari Solra Shuka Maharishi. So here Vasudeva gives, and Kamsa there, right? At that point, he actually has a change of heart and he says, no, it's okay. Only the 8th child is going to be killed. 8th child dani prediction. So you take this one and go. It's okay. Abdin avarike or my feel I solidana Kamsa. But Vasudeva knows that Kamsa can change his mind in a moment, and he doesn't want to go back and, make Devaki happy only for the child to be taken later. So he's walking very slowly. Appo Narada Maharishi, he's the Sutradhari, right? He is the one, anga first day Bhagavan vande ella sollitaara Naradarku what all he's going to do avataram. So Narada Maharishi has to ensure that everything has to go per plan. Now Kamsa went off script here. He's not supposed to do all these good things. So here, and not only that, what is more important here is Narada Maharishi is guru for Kamsa also. And Kamsa's path is attaining Bhagavan through fear, through bayam. So adayum thundi vidnu illaya. Kamsa also has to reach his final purpose. So everything is there for a reason. In Bhagavatam, there are no villains. Everyone has a backstory. Everyone attains Krishna. Even Kamsa is going to attain. So here he is going to attain out of bhayam. So Narada Maharishi comes there, and then he immediately tells Kamsa, what are you doing? You don't know what the Devas calculation is. First 8th arkalam, 8th first arkalam, maybe they have a different number system. You have no idea. And not only that, I'll tell you a secret. All these people around you, all the, Vasudeva, Devaki, and all the Yadavas are all actually Devas who have incarnated. And do you know who you are? You are an asura called Kalanemi. You have also come down. So, you remember that. And then Narada Maharishi went away. And now Kamsa realized, Swarupata Kamshta Guru. And immediately he goes and he gets that child and he kills that child. But from that moment, and the fear had update thundi vittar Narada Maharishi inside Kamsa's heart. And we are going to see how that fear, it grows. And through this, it's very beautiful to see how Kamsa's path is also taken like that. Every part. And here, finally, then slowly, all the 6 children of Devaki are taken and killed by Kamsa, the first 6 children. And then now, Devaki is carrying. Adisesha Bhagavan is now in Devaki's Garbham. And there, Bhagavan, he calls his Yogamaya and he says, Devi, Gacha Vrajam. So go to Vraja, and what you should do 2 Kainkaryam for me. What you should do is, 1, you take this Garbha from Devaki's womb and transfer it to Rohini's womb. Rohini, who is another wife of Vasudeva and who is hiding in Vraja. Everybody is scattered everywhere because of Kamsa. And he says that, and then what you do is, when I am going to be born to Devaki, and when I am born to Devaki, you need to be born to Yashodama in Braja. And Devi is so happy to do this Kainkaryam for Bhagavan, and with that Bhagavan blesses her. He says, you will have so many names, Durgeti, Bhadrakaliti, and you will have so many names in Kali Yuga. You will be worshipped so much. You will fulfill everybody's desires. You will have so many temples. He blesses her with that. And then she does that, and everybody thinks Devaki had a miscarriage because her Garbha disappears. Now Kamsa's fear, see here, it's doubled. Now, should it be counted as number 7 or not? If next work or the 7 8 everything is confusion. Confusion la fear und. So that is also tunified there for Kamsa. And then finally Bhagavan comes and sits in Devaki's Garbham. And she is like Kudal Vilakkam Seida Damodaranai. She is like a pot that is hiding a light, it seems. Now, Bhagavan, he should be like a lamp on top of a mountain, right? He has to give light to the whole world. And here, secretly, she is holding him. Devaki. She is, because nobody knows. She's secretly holding him inside her. And Kamsa knows that it is Bhagavan. Abdina and or Bhayam Andartam. His fear grows more and more, and he doesn't go, he stops going near the cell, near the prison itself, and he gets really, and Bhagavatam solladhu, he starts seeing, he doesn't know the name Krishna, he has not seen the form of Krishna, but his fear grows so much that, he is seeing Bhagavan everywhere. He is that consciousness of Bhagavan everywhere, adu andha mari vandirthaan avanukku. Kamsa enna bhagyam parungu. And that is there for him out of fear. And here Devaki is there, and all the devas, they come and do stuti of Devaki and of Bhagavan, actually, of Bhagavan inside Devaki Mata. They praise him as the one truth, and they say, everybody has to simply listen to your katha to attain you. And they do that stuti, and then finally now it is time for Bhagavan to be born. And when it is time for Bhagavan to be born, everything is perfect. All the 5 elements, all the all the nakshatras, all the planets, yellame. So Bhagavan is the Grahabalam, right? He is the ruler, he is the one who controls everything, controls Prakriti. So when Bhagavan is going, Krishna is Bhagavan himself. So when he is going to take avataram, everything. And everybody feels or calmness or peace, including Kamsa. And Kamsa and ஒரு பயம் இருக்கு, at the same time ஏதோ ஒரு bliss வேற இருக்கும். And all the brahmanas, everybody, rishis, எல்லாருக்கும் whatever practices they are doing, they find the அந்த ஒரு fruit of that வந்துடுறதான் அவளுக்கு. அந்த அக்னிலாம் கரெக்டா இதா இருந்தான், in the right direction it is burning, and everything is beautifully aligned. And then Bhagavan is born. Nishite tama udbhute jayamane janardane devakyam devarupinyam Vishnu sarva guhashayah avirasid yatha prachyam dishinduriva pushkalaha tamadbhutam balakam ambujeksha chaturbhujam shanka gadaryudayudham Srivatsalakshmam galashobhikaustubham Pitambaram sandra payoda saubhagam Maharha Vaidurya Kirita Kundalat Vishaparishvakta Sahasrakuntalam Uddama Kanchangada Kankanadibihi Virojamanam Vasudeva Aikshata. So suddenly, Vasudeva and Devaki are there, and suddenly Bhagavan appears in front of them. Alagga oru kutti roopama, one little Bhagavan, but as Bhagavan, he's standing there with all the Shankha, Chakra, Gada, Padma, and all his ornaments and everything, and beautifully he's giving darshan to them. And Devaki and Vasudeva are, they are brimming with joy. They are really brimming with joy, and they see and the Adbhuta Balakan. And the Adbhutathukku, evlo sollirka mahangal, and that Bhagavan came, it seems, that Bhagavan, he himself took avataram. And usually when a child is born, the child will cry, the parents will laugh, but here the parents are crying, the child is laughing. And all this is Bhagavan has come with all his toys. He knows his children, his parents cannot afford toys for him at this point. He has come with everything, Adbhuta Balakan. And he is going to do all these wonderful leelas that nobody has ever done before, nobody is ever going to do. No avataram is going to do again. No avataram has ever done before. அந்த மாதிரி லீலாம் பண்ண போறாராம் பகவான். அந்த ஒரு இந்த குட்டியா இருக்கறச்சேயே அத்புத பாலகன், அந்த குட்டியா இருக்கறச்சேயே எல்லாம் பண்ண போறாராம். It's not like, he grows up and then does கிடையாது. அந்த ஒரு 12 years, அடுத்த 12 years are his, his prime time. He is going to have a fantastic time. He is just going to enjoy with everybody, with his people. And that Adbhuta Balakan was right there standing in front of Vasudeva and Devaki. And immediately Vasudeva does a stuti and Devaki also does a stuti. Vasudeva and Devaki, they are fortunate to only have Bhagavan, to have given birth to Bhagavan. And only later, of course, if you see, Bhagavan spends maximum time with them only. During Bhagavan full avataram length pata, he spends maximum time with them. Ana, the first 12 years, for parents, the child growing up is the most joyful time, right? When the child and the kuttiya and the toddler irundunde konjam kuttiya poi adoda pandra and the chesta adella dhaan it and the vatsalya bhakti ki adhaan. And the time when they are going to miss Vasudeva and Devaki, and Bhagavan himself, he tells them, in a way, why? Because after Vasudeva and Devaki do the stuti, Bhagavan blesses them and he speaks to them and he tells them that you were once Prishni and Sutapa and you did tapas, and when I appeared before you, Maya mohitau mama mayaya, because of my Maya, you only ask that I be born as your child, that you have a child like me. Appadi kettu tellingo, instead of asking for moksha or bhakti, indha mari kettu tell. So now I saw, when you ask for somebody like me, if somebody asks for something and then you are not able to find an equivalent of that, you have to give 3 times. So you ask for somebody like me to be born as your child. I looked around, there is no one like me. I am alone. I stand alone just by myself. So I had to be born 3 times to you. So first time I was born as Prishni Garbha to you too. Then I was born as Vamana because you were only Kashyapa and Aditi. And now you are again come as Vasudeva and Devaki, and I am being born as Krishna to you. அப்படின்னு சொல்லிட்டு அவர் சொல்றார், யூ டேக் மீ டு கோகுலா. என்ன கஷ்டமா இருக்கும் தேவகிக்கு. பிறந்த குழந்தை, she has lost all her children before, and now this one child to survive, in her mind, for this child to survive, this child has to go away from her because she is afraid as a mother, even though she knows it's Bhagavan, as a mother she is afraid that if he is here, Kamsa will come. Abdina and the bayam, because she has seen her other children die. So Bhagavan says, take me to Gokula. And Parikshit asks, how is it that Nanda Baba and Yashoda, later he asks, how is it Nanda Baba and Yashoda got those 12 years? How did they get that joy of bringing up little Krishna when Vasudeva and Devaki did not get? Abdin he asks, and very beautifully, this is a learning for us. We should know what to pray for, right? Very beautifully, Shukamar, she says, Nanda Baba and Yashoda, they did not ask Bhagavan Konandya Varno, Abdinla Kekalayam. Brahma was their guru. So Brahma told them what to ask Bhagavan. They also did tapas. They also, did penance to see Bhagavan. And Bhagavan came. They asked for bhakti, it seems. So they asked, Bhagavan, please bless us with bhakti. Ad guru solli ava apdi ketrika. So since they asked for bhakti, Bhagavan came as a child to them. Doesn't matter whether he was born to them physically or not. They had the joy of bringing up Bhagavan and, having that love for Bhagavan. They had that joy, which Vasudeva and Devaki are going to miss. So what we really want and the prayer la namakku and the clarity irunda we will get. Abdina then Bhagavan tells, take me, and then Vasudeva takes Bhagavan, and Vasudeva does not ask how will I go, my hands are shackled அப்படிலாம் கேட்கறது இல்லையா. அது குருஜி அழகா சொல்லுவார். when who is speaking அப்படின்னு பார்க்கணும். Who is giving the instruction? Bhagavan is giving the instruction. So when Bhagavan gives, he will show a way. So as soon as Bhagavan said, take me, Vasudeva took one step forward. So that one step that he took, everything fell off. The shackles fell off, the doors opened, the guards are asleep. Our Bhagavan on the basket la potun தூக்கிண்டு போறார். Adisesha is holding, Yamuna leaves way, everything anukulamaayithu. He didn't have to do anything. He went, and Yogamaya has put whole of Gokula asleep. Everybody is sleeping. இந்த ஒரு குட்டி குழந்தை மட்டும் சிரிச்சுண்டு வெயிட் பண்ணிட்டு இருக்கு. வசுதேவா வருவார்னு. யசோதாமா பக்கத்துல அழகா ஒரு கோல்டன் லிட்டில் ஸ்வீட் கேர்ள். So she is there waiting, and she has put everybody to sleep. And then Vasudeva comes. Nobody sees that except two people. யாருன்னா அந்த ரெண்டு அர்ஜுனா ட்ரீஸ், who later Bhagavan is going to, Damodar Leela, he is going to Nalakubra Manigrivanga நிக்கிறா இல்லையா, அவ வெயிட் பண்ணிட்டு இருக்கா பகவானுக்கு. they are only the two trees who are seeing. வசுதேவா வருது, இந்த சில்ட்ரன் எக்ஸ்சேஞ்ச் ஆகுது, பாக்கி எல்லாம் தூங்கிட்டு இருக்காங்க. எல்லாம் தூங்கிட்டு then finally Vasudeva comes. He leaves this beautiful Krishna. எப்படி இருக்கும் அந்த அப்பாக்கு, இந்த குட்டு குழு 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 குழுன்னு இருக்கிற அந்த கண்ணி இப்படி 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 போயிட்டு இருக்கான். ப்ளூவா இருக்கிற அழகா இருக்கிற அந்த நீலமேக கண்ணன் அங்க விட்டுட்டு, he takes the golden lady, golden baby girl, and then he goes back with a sad heart. And there we know, as soon as she goes, she cries like Bhadrakali. Kamsa comes and he holds on to her feet and he throws her up, and immediately she shows her, Kamsanuku darshanam kudukranga because he held on to her feet. She gives darshan to Kamsa and says, and Kamsanoda bayandane etano, so uncertainty and unknown increases the fear, right? So she says, no, the one who's meant to kill you is growing elsewhere. Abdino or uncertainty, a port confusion, a port to poitra. And then Kamsa immediately he apologizes, and Vasudeva Devaki eppadi avalukku periya manasu therilla, they forgive Kamsa. And then then Kamsa goes back, and here in Gokula our little Krishna is just waiting, because his joyful time, the happiest time of his avataram is going to start. For this only he has come, because and the leela eல்லாம் கேட்டுதான் நம்ம he is நம்மளெல்லாம் அப்படிதான் கரியத்த போறோம். Only by listening to all these leelas that he is going to do for the next 12 years in Vrindavan. And now we'll pause here, and over the next few weeks, like JT said, next 21 days, we are going to happily listen to Krishna Katha and enjoy all his leelas. Sadgurunath Maharaj ki jai. Hare Rama 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 Hare Hare. Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare. Hare Rama 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 Hare Hare. Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare. Sadgurunath Maharaj ki jai.
Sadgurunath Maharaj ki jai. Balakrishna Bhagavan ki jai. Madhuranath ki jai. Awesome, Nishaji. Super. கிருஷ்ணனை பறந்துட்டார் நமக்கு. இப்ப இனிமே நீங்க சொன்ன மாதிரி இனிமே அவருடைய லீலைகள் தான் ஃபுல்லா பார்க்க போறோம். ஸோ ரொம்ப awesome. Thank you for staying late and doing this pravachan for us. So we are all blessed to hear this pravachan. ரொம்ப நன்றி. ராதே நிஷாஜி.
Radhe. Thank you, JG, for this opportunity. Radhe.
Sadgurunath Maharaj ki jai. We'll continue the Parayanam, chapter 15. Hemaji Amma 25 slokas.
Radhe. Gopika Jeevana Smaranam Govinda Govinda. Sadgurunatha Maharaj ki jai. Atha Panchadashodhyayah. Maitreya uvacha. Prajapatyam tu tattejah paratejohanam titihi tadara varshani samshastam shangamana surartanat loke tena hata loke lokapala hastauchasah nyavedayan vishvasrujoe tvantavyadikaram disham tevavacha tamayetat pibo veta sambhignayat vayam prasham na hyavyaktam bhagavatah kalena sprishtavartmanah devadeva jagatdatar lokanatash kamani परेषामपरेषां त्वं